In 2016, Roger Ailes John Lithgow is the chairman of Fox News and rules the network with an iron fist from the second floor of the building. The plot weaves together the stories of three different Fox News employees. Megyn Kelly, Charlize Theron, one of the network's biggest stars, prepares to moderate a presidential debate between the Republican candidates. Despite opposition from colleagues, she is determined to question Trump about his sexist remarks about women. She becomes extremely ill on the day of the debate, vomiting in the bathroom. She persists and questions him about his remarks. He spends the evening tweeting venomous insults about her, inciting his followers to do the same. Megyn is upset about the amount of hate she receives and the fact that she has become the story rather than reporting it. During her vacation, she receives rude comments and a paparazzo appears outside her window, photographing her daughter, forcing her husband Douglas Mark Duplass to get rid of him. While Fox hires a security detail, the network will not come out against Trump when she returns to work. Roger, Megyn's close friend, is notoriously paranoid and believes Megyn was poisoned on the day of the debate. Gretchen Carlson, Nicole Kidman, was the co-host of Fox and Friends, but she was demoted to a less valuable afternoon slot. She is tired of hearing sexist comments after sexist comments, often on the air. She meets with lawyers, who tell her that her contract makes it difficult for her to fight back in any way. They tell her the story of Rudi Bakhitar, Nazanin Boniadi, who was fired for refusing her boss's sexual advances. They tell her that she could sue Roger directly, but she'd need hard evidence and other women to come forward. Gretchen is confident that other women will, so she goes back to work. Kayla Popasol, Margot Robbie, is a religiously raised young woman who worships the right-wing and conservative Fox News network. She began her career there as Gretchen's assistant until she is offered a promotion to Bill O'Reilly's show, the network's flagship program. Gretchen wears no makeup on one of her shows to show and support women, and Roger storms down to the studio and makes a vicious comment about her appearance, which Kayla overhears. She then tells Gretchen she's leaving. Gretchen wants her to stay and promises to protect her, but Kayla doesn't see why she should pass up a promotion. She transfers to O'Reilly and is scolded by him on her first day. Kayla's coworker, Jess Carr Kate McKinnon, assists her by teaching her how to make Fox News stories that terrify your grandmother and outrage your grandfather. Kayla and Jess sleep together one day after a round of work drinks, despite Kayla telling Jess she isn't a lesbian. She is surprised to discover a Hillary poster in Jess's apartment and wonders why a gay Hillary supporter works at Fox. Jess explains that she applied for several jobs before landing this one, and that no one else will hire her because she works at Fox. Kayla tells Jess at work to hide a photo she has with another woman. Kayla is invited to Roger's office for a meeting, and she is thrilled at the prospect of being promoted to on-air talent. When she tells him this, he asks her to get up and twirl for him. He then requests a closer look at her legs. He continues to do this until she, in exasperation, pulls her skirt up high enough for him to see her underwear. He dismisses her, and she attempts to inform Jess, but Jess sadly informs her that she cannot be involved. Time passes, and Megyn goes to Trump Tower to interview Donald Trump. Douglas is enraged when she watches the video and realizes she let him off the hook with barely a slap on the wrist. Meanwhile, Gretchen tells the audience on her show that she supports a ban on assault weapons and is asked to come to the second floor. Kayla is sent up to Roger's office, and Gretchen meets with executives who fire her. All three women end up in the elevator at the same time. She is curious as to why, but she is not given an explanation. Gretchen files a lawsuit against Roger, which alerts the Fox offices. Roger meets with his wife Beth, Connie Britton, attorney Susan Estrick, Allison Janney, and Rudy Giuliani, Richard Kind, to deny all of the allegations. Fox tells all of their female talent to come out and support Roger, which many do happily, claiming they have never been harassed. Meghan remains silent and tells her staff the truth. Roger harassed her when she first started at the network. Fox, on the other hand, continues to press Meghan to issue a statement in support of Roger. In the immediate aftermath of the suit, not a single other woman comes forward, which deeply disappoints Gretchen, who had hoped that other women would speak up. Investigators do discover 6 women who were horribly sexually harassed by Roger prior to Fox News, which isn't helpful to Gretchen's suit or public perception. Meghan thinks about coming forward, but she doesn't want to be the only one, so she starts looking for the other women, despite the dangers of doing so at Fox. She eventually follows a few leads herself and finds a number of women who have been harassed or assaulted by Roger, Bill O'Reilly, and other men at the network, persuading them to come forward to the investigators. She meets with Kayla and inquires whether Roger harassed her. Kayla admits it, and Meghan tells her it happened to her as well. Kayla is enraged, wondering why she did nothing to protect women who came after her and why she isn't doing anything now. Meghan tells Kayla that it is not her responsibility to protect her or report the harassment. Kayla calls Jess while on a date with a man, crying, and asks if she gave Meghan her name. Kayla tells Jess, through tears, that she gave in to Roger because she was worried about her. Jess apologizes, and when Kayla says she thinks she wants to talk to the investigators, Jess encourages her to do so. Meghan finally speaks up, putting the final nail in Roger's coffin. When she is interviewed by the investigators, she notices that her name is Witness W, and she learns that 23 women have come forward. Susan informs Roger that Gretchen taped all of their meetings and has evidence of everything in the suit. He wonders why they didn't say anything earlier, and Susan explains that they wanted him to deny everything to prove he was lying. Roger meets with Rupert Murdoch, Malcolm McDowell, his longtime friend and Fox News owner, and the terms of his departure are agreed upon. Roger requests to go to the newsroom to inform everyone, but Rupert declines. Meghan is at the Republican National Convention when she learns Roger has been fired. Kayla, relieved that Roger has left, pulls Jess's photo from her drawer and encourages her to keep it there. However, Jess hides it once Murdoch enters the newsroom and informs them that Roger has left and he will be taking over. Kayla walks out, tossing her badge into the trash, realizing she is done with Fox News, as Jess cheers her on. Gretchen receives a settlement offer of $20 million and an apology from Fox News, which she cannot believe. She tells the audience that she doesn't care if they like her, all she cares about is that they believe her. Her attorneys inform her that the settlement includes a non-disclosure clause, which means she will never be able to tell her story. That's all guys. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe the channel. Hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment,